This race gave NASCAR fans two completely different emotions in a matter of hours. On one side, there was pure chaos. The kind of moment that leaves you staring at the screen wondering how everything unraveled so fast. On the other side, there was the kind of victory that reminds you exactly why this sport means so much. And somehow, both of those stories happened at the same track, in the same race, on the same day. If you follow NASCAR every week, then you already know races like this can change everything. Momentum shifts, seasons turn, drivers leave with a completely different outlook than the one they had when they arrived. Martinsville gave us one of those days, and there is a lot to unpack. Before we get into it, if you enjoy real NASCAR conversation without the fluff, make sure to like the video and subscribe. This channel is growing fast, and if racing is your thing, you are in the right place. Let's start with the moment everybody is talking about. Late in the race, on lap 324, things boiled over in a big way. On the restart, with tempers already running hot, like they always do at Martinsville, Bubba Wallace made aggressive contact with Carson Hocevar, going into turn 3. And this was not a simple bump, this was repeated contact that turned into a major incident. Wallace got into the back of Hocevar once, then again, and then drove through him hard enough to trigger a chain reaction behind them. From there, the field had nowhere to go. Cars piled up, the front stretch turned into a mess. In just a few seconds, a huge portion of the field was caught in the wreck. What makes this moment even more controversial is that, on replay, it did not look like Hocevar had done anything severe enough to justify that kind of retaliation. Yes, there had been tension earlier. Yes, Martinsville always brings out aggressive racing, but this felt like a huge overreaction. After the race, Wallace admitted he made a mistake. He said he misjudged the move and did not mean to turn hot. But by that point, the damage was already done, and the consequences were massive. Hocevar somehow fought back to finish 15th, which is impressive considering how hard he was hit. Wallace, meanwhile, had his day completely fall apart. His car was destroyed, his race ended early, and he was credited with a 36th place finish. That is a brutal result. And not just for one Sunday. A few weeks ago, Wallace was sitting near the top of the standings and looked like a driver building serious momentum. Now, after back-to-back finishes outside the top 30, that early season surge has taken a major hit. Instead of leaving Martinsville with confidence, he leaves with frustration, questions, and a lot of people in the garage remembering exactly what happened in that corner. You could hear it in his voice after the race. The expectations were high. This is a track he loves. The team believed they had something for Sunday, but once the green flag dropped and the pressure built, none of that speed turned into results. The only positive for Wallace may be the timing. With the Easter break arriving before Bristol, this team now gets a chance to step back, regroup, and mentally reset. Because make no mistake, that Martinsville incident is going to stay in the conversation all week. But while one story coming out of Martinsville was frustration and fallout, the other was all about execution. Chase Elliott finally got his first win of the season, and he earned it with patience, smart strategy, and a team call that changed everything. For most of the race, Elliott did not look like the clear favorite. He started 10th and spent much of the day hovering around the top 10 without truly controlling the event. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin looked like the man to beat. He started on the pole, controlled the pace, and led the overwhelming majority of the race. It felt like Hamlin had the field covered. Then came the turning point. With the race entering its closing stages, Alan Gustafson made the strategy call that flipped everything. Elliott came to pit road earlier than the other top contenders, a move that could have looked foolish if the caution never came. But when the yellow flag waved, that gamble suddenly became the winning move. Just like that, Elliott had the track position he needed. On the restart, Ross Chastain briefly challenged for the lead by staying out, but Elliott quickly cleared him and took control. From there, he never gave it back. He led the final stretch, handled the pressure, and beat Hamlin to the line in a statement win at one of the toughest tracks on the schedule. And this was bigger than just another trophy. This was the kind of victory that can reset an entire season. It validated the team, it rewarded a bold strategy call, and it silenced a lot of the criticism that often follows Gustafson whenever a race does not go their way. You could see how much it meant. For Elliott, this was not just win number 22. It felt like one of those emotional, timely victories that reminds everyone why he remains one of the biggest threats in the sport when his team is clicking. For Hendrick Motorsports, it was proof that patience and discipline still win races, especially at a place like Martinsville, where every decision matters. That is what made this race so unforgettable. In one afternoon, Martinsville gave us anger, controversy, and a wreck that could carry consequences for weeks. But it also gave us a perfectly executed win that could become the spark for a championship push. That is NASCAR, at its best and at its most chaotic. One minute you are watching tempers explode and cars stack up everywhere. The next, you are watching a team put on a strategic masterclass under pressure. It is unpredictable, it is emotional, and it is exactly why fans keep coming back every single week. Now I want to hear from you. What did you think of Bubba Wallace's move on Carson Hocevar? Did he simply misjudge the moment? Or did he cross the line? And on the other side, did Chase Elliott just change the entire direction of his season with this win? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, and join the conversation. This is NASCAR Nation Report, and we are just getting started. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.